Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. When we last left off, we talked to some more people around Skyhold, and then we came to the war table. Oh wait, no, we also sent us a few people on the chair, and then we came to the war table trying to find out why Corypheus is in the Arbor Wilds, and then Morrigan says, oh hey, check out this mirror I've got, and now we're in the mirror, and now I'm going to ask her why Corypheus wants this.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Alluvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it.
Hey, there's a mirror back there that looks like,
You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor.
What's the faces?
We must work together to stop him, and
Meryl's.
soon.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a mirror back in the background that looked like Meryl's mirror. But that was a cool place. Wish we could have a look around. And we're back. Well then, return to the war room to confirm the plan of attack. I was just there though. Ah.
Greetings, Inquisitor.
You seem to know a great deal about elven lore.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
I don't.
I'll leave you to the guard.
Until...
Now we need to head back. And Varric looks like he has something for us. Where's your table, Varric? There it is. It's just taking its sweet time.
Inquisitor.
Yes? Will you just say my name?
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or... what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Hello?
Your name is Bianca?
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
You're small.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
It's a pleasure.
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Be careful saying things like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Ancestors, you're tall. If this Inquisitor gig doesn't work out, you could make a killing getting things off high shelves.
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
Really?
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a deep roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the Tig?
Navigating the deep roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system.
I've
There
been in
are
one, so
cave-ins,
I know.
dark spawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
Who could have given away the Tig's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
Okay.
You can get there from Orlais? It's a long way to the free marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such, some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any Tig using the deep roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
Okay.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help.
Awesome.
Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
Okay. It's just called well shit.
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
About that lead of yours, Varric.
Sure. The sooner we take care of it, the better.
Do you think this lead of hers is real?
Bianca's too much of a researcher to pass me information without verifying it first. But if you're asking whether she'd lie to us, maybe set us up, it's possible. Not likely, though. She risked the wrath of the guild coming in person. A message would have sufficed. Whatever she found in that entrance shook her up. That worries me.
I don't think Dorian has anything new to say, but I'll talk to him anyway. Oh, he does, okay.
You have remarkably little here on early to Vinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
If I knew what you were looking for, I could help you.
Because you're a mage? Considering education standards in the South, that's hardly a recommendation.
What?
I apologize. That was unworthy. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
I learned a surprising amount. What happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, for one.
Regained your memories. That's good, then.
I think so.
You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
So, I should be happy I accomplished something so grand?
Concerned, more like. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow.
Yeah.
Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
It is my problem. You don't what? You don't see it as a challenge?
You don't number among them?
It's tempting, but I'm no fool. There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off.
I think I
Wish
found
me
a
luck.
document in the Fate that actually said who he was. Liliana, anything new? There is, okay.
Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
Demons tore her from me. I couldn't stop them.
So you had no time to think, only to act. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did she say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead.
I failed her.
Huh. Anything else? Oh, yeah, something else.
A message from Divine Justinia.
Huh? I'm pretty sure she's dead.
That's a shock. You alright reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Huh.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
You know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
I instruct you, she doesn't. What?
You take your instructions from me. What sort of help can a dead divine give you?
I don't know. Perhaps
Why did that
something to do
sound
with the
so
chantry.
freaking
Or it could be personal.
commanding
She
or whatever?
guided me for many years, Inquisitor, as a divine and as a friend. There are days when I still look to her for advice, only to remember that I am alone.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Well, there's so many other things I've got going on, Liliana.
What we learned at Adamant concerns me. The hero Ferelden and I have been together for years. I nearly lost him to the Archdemon. He's looking for a way to stop the calling from taking him, as it does every Grey Warden. But if Corypheus has power over the Wardens, my love could be in danger.
Oh yeah, I forgot for a second that he went with you. Because I remember he was basically a man whore. He just slept with everyone. Which was fine. And so he slept with Morrigan, but broke up with her because he ended up... Well, he slept with Morrigan, then he slept with Liliana, then he slept with Zevran. Zevran was more a fling. Morrigan and Liliana were more serious, but he decided that Liliana was more important, or was the one that he loved. So he ended up dumping Morrigan, but still wanted to be friends, and then officially went with Liliana. I remember now. Yeah, my dwarf character. It's been a while. I had to remember.
If you two are still together, why isn't he here?
His quest took him far to the west, to lands that have never known the Blight. But Justinia needed me here. I owed her that much. My love and I are never truly apart. When this is all over, I will join him again. And this time, nothing will come between us.
What makes him think he can stop the calling?
It has been done before. Grand Enchanter Fiona was once a warden, but something took all trace of the calling from her. A warden mage named Avernus also found a way to prolong his life with magic. It wasn't much, but enough to stop the hunt. He will find a way. I have faith in him.
Were the two of you happy together in the years after the Blight?
Happier than you could imagine. The only shadow over our love was knowing that one day I would lose him to the calling. His quest is for me as much as for him. He knows how much I've lost.
That sounds really bigoted of you. He's doing it for me. It's all because of me.
What would you like to do?
I do not know where the hero Ferelden is precisely, but I know how to get a message to him. He may have information that helps the Inquisition. At worst, it will do no harm. I will draw up a plan in the war room. Thank you.
No problem.
I'll leave you to your work.
Yay, I get to hit to Derek again.
So Varric knew where the champion was all along. That's the last time we sent Cassandra to interrogate.
I'll leave you to your
That
work.
was a while ago, Liliana. I think you're behind on things. Ow. I'm fine. I'm fine. Canary can take it. Alright. Oh, Morrigan's here now. Okay, we've got a few things on the table now. What's this? Unmask those across the sea. I had our people remove the downward pointing triangle symbol from our outpost. They have not made a reappearance, which means little. It's clear someone has an interest in the Inquisition. Someone organized who with ties
With
to
the
those
Civil War
across the sea.
over, Orlais is focusing on rebuilding.
We've eliminated the Canary as the most obvious suspects. Nonetheless, knowing who they're not does not tell us who they are, what they're doing, or why. They are clever, we know that, and they have resources, but so do we, and they should learn that we are not to toy, or they are not to toy with the Inquisition. Because they're a shadowy group, we'll send Liliana. If our investigations have any hope of succeeding, we'll have to strike hard and fast before they even know we're looking. A coordinated effort hitting all the leads we have at once. Compliments to your spy master. She is a resourceful woman. Once she traced our agents to Cayman Bray, or Bria, the match was ruled in her favour. Then tell Sister Liliana to call off our dogs. She saved them for Corypheus. We suspect also that she has gotten all she can from Sir Helmuth. A caterpillar on a leaf does not know there is a forest about him. You will hear no more from us. Our intention was to watch, and we have seen enough. Corypheus threatens all. And the Inquisition is Thedas' only hope for stopping him. Remember that. For the moment, we are not your enemy. As a gesture of goodwill, we'll share our knowledge, and may it prove valuable in your coming battle. On behalf of powers across the sea, the Executors. Ha! Okay. Name of our enemy. According to Dorian, it might be possible to discover who Corypheus once was. Knowing he was a human could make him less attractive to Devinter zealots who think him as a god. Acquiring this information, however, is more difficult than one might suppose. Such ancient information could be found in the Magisterium's library of Minrathous, but the Grand Archivist has been so far replied to our messages with polite misdirection. Dorian says he is the king of this particular castle and knows it. He might be blocking our efforts out of allegiance of Corypheus or simply because he can. Let's be sneaky, we'll do Liliana. Go around him. I can send an agent to infiltrate the archive and find out what we need. Our agent, a mage named Sidoni, returned from Minrathous successfully in her task. She posed as the Magister's assistant, bluffing her way into the Magisterium's library to ostensibly perform research. I don't know why I'm speaking weird. And managed to acquire not only the Liberalium, but also a number of other mystical tomes, all without leaving any evidence that traces back to the Inquisition. It may take some time for Dorian to go through the Liberalium, but he is optimistic that something within will prove you views. Waveblade. Yeah, cool. House Amladris. Dorian has completed his research using the Liberalum and believes he has found a connection between Corypheus and an ancient magister named Cepheus, House of Amladris. This will be difficult to prove and may be of limited use, but it's worth noting that House Amladris still exists. Even the accusation that Corypheus and Cepheus are the same person would be worthy of a scandal in Devinter, one that currently numbers of that family might be desperate to avoid. I guess we'll do it again with Liliana. Send the information as a gesture of goodwill. Let's see what they do with it.
Let's see what we have.
A message arrived from House Amladris today. Considering the speed of the response, it seems hard to believe that the family had no knowledge of what Dorian found in the book. I wonder how long they sat upon the secret, wondering if it may come to light. My dear Inquisitor, we are most appreciative of the information you have provided. How scandalous to think there may be a connection between our houses and those fiends of legend. If not true, it's not true, of course, and to reassure you on that point, I intend to dedicate my family toward helping the Inquisition in its righteous struggle. Interesting. Master Spirit Rune. Okay, so we've got Destroy Adamant Fortress. Inquisitor, per my early recommendation, I'd like permission to send some of the charges to Adamant Fortress. The Inquisition already destroyed most of it. My troops can tear down enough of the rest that it doesn't turn into a stronghold for demons or Venatori of whatever else is out there causing us trouble. Let's do Cullen. It took all of our forces to break Adamant. I'd happily spare some men to ensure the safety of the charges. The charges were able to tear down what was left of the Adamant Fortress. The demons could have been a problem, but the support forces Commander Cullen dispatched kept them off our backs quite nicely. With the extra time the Inquisition forces gave us, we were able to salvage a few interesting items from the wreckage, including an old map of the surrounding area with Grey Warden supply caches marked. Hopefully it comes in handy. Claim Grey Warden cache, influence 60. Inquisitor, per information gleaned from the wreckage of Adamant Fortress, the Inquisition has learned of a cache of Grey Warden supplies hidden not far away. They place such supplies to aid those fighting large number of Darkspawn without reinforcement. The Inquisition could make good use of them. We'll do Liliana. A small team could be in and out of the area without no one the wiser.
Let's see what we have.
The Grey Warden supply cache gave us some excellent equipment, useful to any military force. It also included several rare designs not seen for hundreds of years. They should serve us well in the fights to come. There's nothing there, because it gives us a shield design. If we already have the design, we won't get anything. So, yay! Protect Val Gormord from Darkspawn. Your worship, my town of Val Gormord has been besieged by Darkspawn. I cannot fathom where the loathsome beasts have come from, but I beg the Inquisition for resistance. My own humble forces have already been dispatched to help in your noble efforts, leaving my people ill-equipped against the savage host. Word of your redemption of the Grey Wardens have already spread far. Please, if you can spare them, Val Gormord lives or dies by your word. Sure, we'll send the Grey Wardens. The Grey Wardens are the best in the world against Darkspawn. This is their chance to shine.
All right.
Grey Wardens fought bravely and with great skill. The town of Gormord was saved and the Wardens themselves took a few casualties. They await further commands. Commander Cullen. Find source of Darkspawn attacks. The Darkspawn of Val Gormord have been slain, but it remains unclear what brought these creatures to the surface. There is no obvious sign, and I am concerned that they may still pose a threat. Marquise Buffon has made clear her wishes that we now depart, which leaves me even more suspicion, and most would welcome further help in these dangerous times. The Grey Wardens have volunteered to assist with the investigation of the mystery in whatever capacity the Inquisition deems most fitting. We await your orders. The Blight is many things, but it is not subtle. My scouts can easily track the corruption to its source. Inquisitor. Sister Liliana's advice was excellent. Our scouts located a mining operation Marquise Buffon had started in secret, which must have freed the Darkspawn from beneath the earth. When discovered, the Marquis sent mercenaries to attack, but the Grey Wardens were well prepared and easily cut down all resistance. Marquis Buffon has fled into Gomorran Peaks. The Grey Wardens remain high in spirits. They seem proud of this opportunity to redeem their name in good faith, and losses so far have been light. It is an honor to fight beside them. Next, pursue Marquis Buffon. With her treachery revealed, Marquis Buffon has fled into the mountains. Our initial efforts to pursue her have been hampered by both the terrain and the presence of demons in the area. Demons? While we have difficulty making headway, the Grey Wardens have offered to assist. They seem to be the only force in the area capable of doing so. Regardless, I believe it is worth pursuing Marquis Buffon if we have the means to do so. May have enemies along the nobles in the area. Some of them may have information on safe passes through the mountains. We'll do Liliana again.
Inquisitor.
Sister Liliana's scouts were able to find a path for the Grey Wardens through the mountains. The Wardens were able to avoid most of the demons and saved most of their strength. As a result, we have located Marquis Buffon's secret stronghold deep in the Gomorran Peaks. The Grey Wardens remain in high spirits. They seem proud of this opportunity to redeem their name in good faith, and losses so far have been light. It is an honor to fight beside them. We have Marquis Buffon trapped in her fortress in the Gomorran Peaks and are preparing to make a final assault. While we might earlier have ignored their transgressions in light of the greater threat to the world, it is good that we did not. Marquise Buffon's crimes go well beyond smuggling or illegal mining, and she has an ally in Lady Jeanette de Lagaspe, and who has come with Venatori mages to defend the Marquis. The Wardens have concerns about the Venatori using blood magic or their ties to Corypheus to influence their minds, but are prepared to follow your orders. We cannot delay for long, as demons in the mountains continue to harass our flanks. We'll do Liliana a final time. If my scouts can find an alternative entrance, the Venatori may not have to fight time to affect the Wardens.
Inquisitor.
The Marquis Buffon has been killed along with Lady Lagaspe and her Venatori allies. Thanks to Sister Liliana's scouts, we were able to gain covert entry into the fortress. Although the Venatori still managed to use their magic against the Grey Wardens to significant effect. The Grey Wardens have taken losses, but their morale remains high, and their loyalty to the Inquisition is undisputed. Nice. Ooh. Destroy Darkspawn Outbreak. Our investigations of the late Marquis Buffon's activities explains her sudden interest in illegal mining. The Marquis was searching for ancient artifacts as a secret agent of the Venatori. It is fortunate that we stopped her, but her mining operation has endangered us nevertheless. Darkspawn have begun to emerge from the mines again, but not just Hurlocks, but ogres as well. Our Grey Warden allies insist that this force must be destroyed utterly, no matter the cost, lest the innumerable hordes of Darkspawn pour forth from the deep roads to join their brethren. It has been an honor to serve. We await your orders. It's Darkspawn, so we'll do this. Cullen, if we trust the Wardens and nothing else, trust them to kill Darkspawn. They know what to do. Inquisitor, the mines have been collapsed and the Darkspawn in the area utterly destroyed. For a time it looked as though we might have to join them. The Grey Wardens fought with unmatched bravery to clear us a path before the entire mountain fell upon us all. Surviving Wardens are remaining in the area to continue patrolling for the Darkspawn. I thank the Maker for giving you the wisdom to spare the Wardens and bring them to our service. While we fought the beasts deep in the mine, we uncovered what Marquis Buffon must have been looking for. I have sent it to the Inquisition for safekeeping. May it serve us better than it would have served the treacherous Marquis. Nice. Look at this. Alliances with angered eyes. It has come to violence. Lord de Rosier has directly challenged the holdings of Our Lady Tybalt. He claims that her ties to the Inquisition are to blame for his losses of honour, which is technically true. His militia is poised to threaten several trade posts, though his will to attack may not be absolute. Lady Richelle offers a barrage of names to clarify. Despite being ostracized, Lord de Rosier retains many allies. While you can certainly hold him at bay, perhaps we should revisit another course. Uniting his house and that of the allied Tybalt might both appease and profit all involved. The daughter Celeste Tybalt is still betrothed to a Leandra, but this is war of sorts. In such times is it not personal sacrifice preferable to bloodshed? It is in fact the only wise outcome, and I have already begun preparations. Are we understood? Okay, this is the one about the marriage stuff, so we'll do Cullen. We have the manpower to thwart de Rosier. We chose a course and we can see it through. Lord de Rosier blockaded a number of trade routes, but his intent was only to posture. We faced token resistance to retake them. Expensive, but fortunately not in lies. Lady Richelieu is not impressed, as it was not the optimal outcome for her status calculations. Lady Richelieu's led as follows. An adequate outcome, Inquisitor. A powerful name has been marginalized instead of put to use. The minor alliances formed in the wake are a modest achievement, but it will have to do. I have arranged the pairing of the lesser names less standing, that of Celeste Tybalt and Jess and Leander. They are thrilled because they are young, but as matchmaking goes, it is hardly inspiring. From the Tybalts. My unending gratitude, Lady Inquisitor. I feared for the actions of my daughter in this if this matter had turned out differently. She is not fully understanding of the necessities of the status. We are in your debt, Lady Felice Tybalt. Okay. Alright. And then we got some over here. Annexing Kirkwall. The worst of the Mage Rebellion is now past. However, the mage who started it all, who destroyed the Chantry in Kirkwall and murdered Glencraig, Althena and dozens of the innocent faithful, is still at large. That a fanatics Anders must have brought to justice. But the fanatic Anders must be brought to justice. Though he may no longer be in the city, it is still home to many of his known associates. I thus resolved to invade Kirkwall to locate Anders. But Starkhaven's annexation of this notoriously troubled city has not proceeded as planned. The city resistance opposes me. They forget that I do this for the good of the city and for all of the free marches. As a staunch ally of the Inquisition, I entreat your support for this endeavour, that Kirkwall may be brought under control before more innocents are harmed. Sebastian Vale. Sebastian, what the hell are you doing? Sebastian, you're being a dick, so I'm not siding with you. The Prince means to retaliate against anyone who ever harboured Anders. Kirkwall's resistance is headed by Guard Captain Aveline. With our help, she can break Sebastian's resolve and send him running back to Starkhaven. Do it. With our help, Guard Captain Aveline took care of Sebastian's forces. Liliana's spies says he has grown deeply impatient and is making plans to retreat. Good. The Knight's second. Sutherland and Company missing. This is a lot of things. I'm sorry if this is kind of boring for you guys. The map brought by this rat gives us a general area, but it will require a significant investment to narrow the location of the missing crew. Squire was clear that Sutherland and Company are in dire need of commitment and must be swift. Alright, we need to be stealthy with this, so we'll send Liliana's. I have a rookery full of Blackwings ready to signal a search.
Inquisitor.
The last trail of Sutherland and Company found and mapped. On your action, Inquisitor, if they need assistance, you're in the best position to render it. Nice. Alright, Death of Good Saruth. Disgraced Grey Warden Saruth wishes to make good on your judgment, Inquisitor. She has asked for assistance in reaching one of the deeper recesses of the Deep Roads, so that her premature calling might serve a greater good. Laudable, but an expedition to the Deep Roads comes at its considerable risk. We'll do Liliana's. An escort is simple. I could have also arranged to note her exact path, should you wish to recover her body for any perceived honours. With our aid, Warden Ruth was able to locate a particularly deep enclave of Darkspawn, and she did enough damage to disperse it. They tell me her body was found next to a corpse of a broodmother. Cool, that's good. Although no one had seen one prior. Saruth's body was recovered and burned in accordance with Ferelden tradition, and the ashes sent to a chantry to be interred. All will know of her sacrifice. Alright, contact Hero Ferelden. Per the information sent, we have prepared to deliver a message to the hero for Elden. It will not be easy, but we will ensure the message reaches him. Sister Regine? At your command, I will attempt to make contact.
Inquisitor.
The hero for Elden answered our messages. He left a letter for the Inquisitor and another to be delivered privately. He also sent goods from his travels that might be of use. We have included them in the missive. Griffin Mail. Your services, Sister Regine. And then finally, obtain amulet for Cole. Regardless of whether Cole is a demon or a spirit, he remains vulnerable to venatory binding magic. The amulet of the Unbound used by Ravani seers is said to protect spirits from such magic. However, finding such an amulet in this part of the world may be difficult, or will be difficult. It's been a while since we do a Josephine one. My Ravani contacts say these amulets are held dear, but to protect spirits from the breach they are willing to help us.
Inquisitor.
It is rare to hear of those in Orlais treating spirits as anything other than beasts to kill, and rarer still for anyone to care enough for one to help them. I have given the amulet to your people freely in hopes that the Inquisition will continue this open-minded approach. We wish you luck in healing in the sky, whose risks have damaged the Fade even here in Ravane. Lady Anmeria of Desmood. I think that's it. Right, we're done. Right, we received a letter. Do I get to read it? I would like to. Come on. Nice.
Inquisitor.
Some of the marshals.
Were you there? Did you see what they did? Straight across the throat.
Letter from Hero for Elden. I will save now, because I don't want to lose all of that. So, Codex. Here we go. To our worship, Inquisitor Adar. Appreciate your warning regarding Corypheus. Fortunately, my own search has taken me out of the area where the supposed Magister is operating, and while I have encountered challenges on my own, they have not involved any weaknesses related to my Grey Warden abilities. As I have little useful information to offer, please accept the accompanying gifts instead. If, in my request, I find anything that may be of use in your fight against Corypheus, I will send it to you immediately. I have included a note of personal nature for Liliana. I was not there for the death to find Jacinia, but I know it will have hurt her terribly. While her wits and her skill are amazing, Liliana's greatest strength lies in her faith, and to have Jacinia die strikes at her very core. I beg of you, if she is faltering, help her find her way back into the light. Warden Commander Broska of Ferelden. Because his last name was Broska. Ermond. You can pause and read this. Warden Commander Captain Clarel. You can pause and read that. There it is. The hero Ferelden was born castless in the slums of Orzammar. He impersonated a man of the warrior caste in Orzammar's proving, a crime punishable by death. However, the hero's showing in the arena impressed the Grey Warden Commander Duncan so much that he recruited the hero before he could be executed. After defeating the Archdemon and ending the Fifth Blight, the hero Ferelden took up the mantle of Warden Commander. He began the task of rebuilding the Order in Ferelden, serving with honour until his disappearance several years later. The Inquisition has discovered that he's gone west in search of the way to cure the calling.
There is an issue that you should address. I think it's worth your time, Inquisitor.
Okay. Right, Carl, we got you that necklace.
Make good use of it.
But we'll give it to you next episode, I think. So thank you a lot for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed it. And next episode we'll talk to Cole, probably give him the amulet unless we have to do something else. And then we'll probably go help Liliana and everyone else do their side stories before we go continue with the story. Shouldn't take too long, but you never know. So thank you a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you like what I do and you want to support me, you can go to my Patreon and You can pledge there, or you can like and comment on this video, whatever. So again, thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you next time, guys. See ya.